Hey, church. I want to encourage us with a few things this week. First of all, I wanted to give you an update on my eyes. I forgot to do that the Sunday following my surgery, but I shared with you a couple Sundays ago that I was heading in for LASIK, which would be kind of a tweak to my near vision that was an issue following a surgery that I had last fall. And I'm grateful to share with you that I have 20/20 vision right now. And so someday down the road, cheaters or readers will come my way because of age and all those lovely things, but not today. Not today, and I'm grateful. And so thanks for praying for me. I know many of you reached out, and I'm thankful for that. This last week, I also sent out communication and email regarding encouragement and details in us transitioning back to one service later this spring. And so I'll put a link to that email in this description of the video and encourage you to read that. If you have questions, thoughts, please let me know, let an elder know. And thanks for praying with us and for us as we keep walking by faith. My prayer has been for 12 months now, since March 15th, I think, is the first Sunday that we were online last year. My prayer has been that the Lord would strengthen and build his church. And I see him doing that, and my prayers that would only continue. All right, for this week's reading from Gentle and Lowly, we are in a chapter talking about the intercession of Christ for us as his people. And so I want to read this for you. Justification is largely a doctrine about what Christ has done in the past, rooted centrally in his death and resurrection. But what is he doing now? We don't have to speculate. The Bible tells us he is interceding for us. Justification is tied to what Christ did in the past. Intercession is what he is doing in the present. Think of it this way: Christ's heart is a steady reality flowing through time. It isn't as if his heart throbbed for his people when he was on the earth, but has dissipated now that he is in heaven. It's not that his heart was flowing forth in a burst of mercy that took him all the way to the cross, but now cooled down, settling back once more into a kindly indifference. His heart is as drawn to his people now as ever it was in his incarnate state. And the present manifestation of his people, or of his heart for his people, is his constant interceding on their behalf. Pressing more deeply, Christ's intercession reflects how profoundly personal our rescue is. If we knew about Christ's death and resurrection but not his intercession, we would be tempted to view our salvation in overly formulaic terms. It would feel more mechanical than is true to who Christ actually is. His interceding for us reflects his heart. The same heart that carried him through life and down into death on behalf of his people is the heart that now manifests itself in constant pleading with and reminding and prevailing upon his Father to always welcome us. This does not mean the Father is reluctant to embrace us or that the Son has a more loving disposition toward us than the Father does. The atoning work of the Son has something the Father and the Son delightfully agreed to together in eternity past. The Son's intercession does not reflect the coolness of the Father, but the sheer warmth of the Son. Christ does not intercede because the Father's heart is tepid toward us, but because the Son's heart is so full toward us. But the Father's own deepest delight is to say yes to the Son's pleading on our behalf. And then finally, I really liked this analogy. Think of an older brother cheering on his younger brother in a track meet. Even if in that final stretch the younger brother is well out ahead and will certainly win the race, does the older brother sit back, quiet, completely satisfied? Not at all. He's yelling at the top of his lungs, exclamations of encouragement, of affirmation, of celebration, of victory, of solidarity. He cannot be quieted. So with our own older brother in Christ. What a great picture for us to consider this week as we walk by faith. I love you, church. Have a great week.